Tony Bears here for Toxic Pop News. So, I've seen the Captain Marvel trailer and it looks fine. Let's go over it. It starts off with Carol Danvers falling to Earth and falls into a blockbuster because, hey, remember the 90s? And honestly, for the most part, the 90s suck. And she walks into a crowded subway and nobody notices that she's wearing strange clothing. Where's the pimp to say, that's a bad outfit? They better explain why nobody thinks this is strange. And a spaceship decloaks in front of what seems to be an Earth space shuttle, and nobody seems to remember this? That's my biggest problem with this trailer. In the first Avengers movie, Nick Fury says that Thor is the first alien to come to Earth. Remember that? And since then we learned that the Ravagers came to abduct Peter Quill in the 80s, and before that Ego came to Earth in the 70s, so let's not screw up the continuity Marvel like the X-Men movies did. Again, she uses her power on the train and nobody notices. So Nick Fury finds her, so clearly he lied about Thor, or most likely Marvel screwed up the continuity. Anyway, it'll be interesting to find out how he lost his eye, and if they show that in this movie. Also, I don't think they digitally de-aged him like they did Robert Downey Jr., Kurt Russell, and Michael Douglas. Samuel L. Jackson looks the same as he did in the beginning of his career. He pretty much looks the same as he did in Jurassic Park, except for the hair. Hold on to your butts. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Brie Larson is so wooden. She has no emotion, and she speaks with this monotone voice. Here we see her hint at a smile, but for the rest of the trailer, she is so emotionless. I don't know if someone told her that heroes are supposed to be stoic or what. And now it's the all-female remake of Top Gun. Here is our first look at Maria Rambeau. She is the mother of Monica Rambeau, who later becomes another Captain Marvel. So that's kind of cool, I guess. And then we see what looks like the Kree experimenting on her. Is this how she gets her powers? We'll find out. And this is the Star Force. Basically, it's the Kree version of the Shi'ar Imperial Guard, or the Nova Corps, or the Green Lantern Corps. And again, look how bland she looks. Okay, here's Jude Law playing the first Captain Marvel. So they're kind of doing the Ant-Man thing where the first Ant-Man is the mentor figure. I hope he gets plenty of time to shine and he's not killed right away. I hope he doesn't die at all, in fact. I mean, we can have two Captain Marvels simultaneously, much like there's multiple Green Lanterns. And we'll say Marvel protects a different sector of space or something like that, or maybe he even gets promoted to General Marvel or something like that. And here we get the villains, the Skrulls. They look kind of cool. No complaints from me. And here is the most controversial shot in the trailer. She punches an old lady. People are upset about this, but comic book fans know that this is a Skrull in disguise. They have the ability to change their shape, much like Mystique from the X-Men. At least I hope this is a Skrull in disguise, or else this is very awkward. And here we get a glimpse of Ronan. He was the villain in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. You can tell by his hammer. And this looks like a young Agent Coulson, so we'll get to see him again. And here is the beeper from the end of Avengers Infinity War, minus all the extra gadgets around it. And it says, with target, so I assume that means Carol. S.H.I.E.L.D. probably doesn't know that she's friendly yet, so that's why they're calling her Target. Here she's flying in space with her helmet on, and her hair is sticking out the top of her helmet. Star-Lord's hair does this too, and I never understood this. I don't understand why the oxygen just doesn't escape out the top of the helmet. It doesn't make sense, but whatever. And we see her eyes glowing, showing her powers, and I hope she's not overpowered. She needs some kind of weakness to offset her powers so she doesn't seem too powerful, like Superman's kryptonite or something like that. We don't want her to be, you know, unstoppable. So basically, it's an okay trailer. Brie Larson is wooden. I hope they have a good explanation as to why people don't remember aliens coming down to Earth 20 years ago and a woman shooting energy out of her hands and fighting little green men. I mean, this event would be worldwide news, so it doesn't make sense for nobody to remember this and thinking that Thor was the first alien to come to Earth. So I really hope they have a good explanation for that. What looks good is we see more of Marvel's cosmic side, and that's usually really fun in the movies. And hopefully Samuel L. Jackson and Jude Law can rise up Brie Larson's performance, because she looks really bad in this movie. Sorry to say. So what do you think of this trailer? Let us know in the comments below. I'm Tony Beers, and I'll see you next time.